Ladies and gents of YouTube, welcome to Robot in the Morning. This is my morning talk show. Thank you, and I hope you all enjoy this little motivational session with me. All right, good morning to my friends in the USA, good evening to those of you in Asia, and good afternoon to those of you from the UK and Europe. Now, I'm here today to talk about a few different things, as we always do every morning when we start our streams. I've got Greens for VC here with me. Nice to see you. So every morning I start off my streams with a little bit of a motivational session. Now it's evening for me here in Singapore, but it's still Robot in the Morning because I always do this as if it's a morning show. What I'm gonna start with by saying is that recently, for me in particular, I found myself, I'd say, a little bit lost in the sea of content creation. I do a lot of different things at a lot of different times, and I know a lot of people tune in, but sometimes because it's scattered and less focused, sometimes I feel like the attention is spread rather than being, focused in like it should be. But I've learned that this is not a bad thing. Sometimes you really do have to spread yourself out to find what suits you. Like, I do so many different things in a day that, realistically speaking, there isn't enough time to do them all in just one point. You really gotta spread out and do one thing here, one thing there, and that's how you build and grow, and that's, to me, extremely important. I'm the type of person that if I could, I would love to do nothing but focus on one game, but I'm not the kind of guy that can do that. And more importantly, I do not play those kinds of games where you can just focus up and just start running, in one shot. No, I do not do that. I'm the type of person that's a little bit different. I'm the type of person that'll do one thing here, one thing there. I'll get good at it, but then I spread myself out. Because for me personally, one of the most important things in content creation is that it needs to hold my interest. It has to hold my interest. If it cannot hold my interest, I just grow bored of it and I move on to the next thing, But I also tend to look for games where I can produce guides, little videos, things like that, because this, to me, is what is important about my content. It is the way I like to structure my particular content. Okay, and that is like a huge part of what's important to me. This has been something that I think has been very important in a lot of the games that I do. But it's also particularly frustrating sometimes because recently I feel that there's such a disconnect. I'll tell you one thing. When I play Dauntless, I'll use Dauntless as an example, as I want to do these days. When I play Dauntless and people see my builds, they're like, man, how you doing so much damage? I've never seen anyone do that. And they'll see my builds in action, and I'll literally give them these builds for free. And players, they'll see this, they'll enjoy my builds and stuff. But when it comes to putting up the videos on YouTube and stuff like that, these are the vids that are always getting the hate, and you can see the hate in people coming out and trying to take you down. And there's such a disconnect I feel between the people who are actually here at my streams and seeing, the realistic stuff, as compared to the people out there. And I realize more recently that the hate is either coming directly from content creators or their fans, which is really sad to see because, I have seen 90% of these content creators not actually give proper builds to people, or they've given builds to people that only work under certain circumstances against one particular creature or something like that, or it's just designed for trial. Trials are a whole different animal to the general game. What you're trying to do in the general game is reforge as much as possible, and also to do the trials, you need to get a lot of exploration merits in order to upgrade your potions and shit. Otherwise, you're not hitting maximum efficiency for the trial, which is why you cannot unlock the maximum level of bonuses and stuff. If you play Dauntless every single day, you probably could, but it takes a long time to unlock these things. And to get to the very top of the leaderboards, you have to have these things unlocked, So when I see all this, when I look at all this, I look at myself and I tell myself, man, I genuinely am disappointed with not with the players in the community, but like with a lot of the content creators in the community and the larger community. That has really disappointed me in the past few days. I think it is disgusting that people have to go out of their way to take down another content creator. I talked about this together with my wifey on our Asian Guy, Irish Girl Talk podcast. And, one thing which she said, stuck with me, although I didn't really think about it last week. But coming forward now, it's Friday and I'm really thinking about it now. If you don't like something that somebody says, you don't have to go out of your way to dislike the video. You don't have to go out of your way to post a comment. If you don't like it, that's just your time wasted and you can come away from that. And that's what normal people do with the videos. So when somebody hates on your content, it means, and they really take the time to post a hateful comment and dislike your video, they really have a grudge against you. Like, how the hell did I manage to piss these people off so badly when, from the outside, it would look as if they're doing significantly better than me? To me, I look at that, I'm like, no, that to me is gross. It is disgusting, that they have to go out of their way to do that. Now, me personally, I see all these people, I'm like, no, I'm not interested in them, and I'm not interested in what they do. I find it very sickening, to be frank, because there's been no community where I've received that much hate, except for Dauntless. Hello, Robbie Game Live. Welcome to the talk show. But I don't want this whole talk to be negative this morning, because we're all about the motivation and real talk. I take it that to me has finished the real talk for the day. I'm not gonna pay it anymore. I'm still gonna play the game. Y'all probably gonna see me on it straight after this podcast is done. But what I will say is that many of the other game communities that I've joined have been very positive. For instance, I posted like a little vid about my blue-red sorcery deck, and like not one person disliked it. Not one person went out of their way to hate on it. I know it's not like the meta or the optimized one, but it's a fun little deck, Like, I've seen my guides on other things, like on Aether farming, things like that. Nobody be hating on those. To me, it's genuinely only the Dauntless community that has been so filled with hatred. Hey, it's okay, Gray. Don't worry about it. And welcome to the show. And, I just can't get over that fact. It stuns me. It stuns me. It really does, Like, it's supposed to be a game about hunting monsters and chilling out. Now, how is it that Magic Legends, where time, efficiency, and things like that are more hectic compared to that, there's more hate in that community? Like, I don't know, man. To me, I'm just like, I'm just shocked and stunned to my core, literally. But what I also want to say is that every time that something like that happens, every time something like that happens, I take it as a fuel inside of me. I take it as a fuel and a power inside of me to push myself to do better. I don't mean I'm going to do better in terms of my content or whatever. Like, I'm still going to make the same content I've been making this entire time. And you're never gonna see me not make that kind of content. But honestly, I think that it is disgustingly hateful to see so many of these things happen. And when that happens, it drives you to say to yourself, okay, you know what? Today, I'm not gonna let it disturb me outside of a few minutes. I'm gonna give it this attention. I'm actually gonna do something different. I'm going to push myself to that next level. I'm going to take it to that next level. I'm going to keep doing it, I think that is something that is important. No, Grain, it's nothing to do with whether it's free or they want to play with other people. I think that it's just that people only want their favorite content creators to be seen and heard. They do not want anyone else to be seen and heard, And I think that kind of cancel culture, that kind of shutdown thing, that to me is what I'm disappointed with. You shouldn't be trying to shut anyone down. If you disagree with them, then disagree with them. But if you disagree with them and you haven't posted something else to counter them or to bring out something good, then how are you contributing to anything at all? You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't create anything, but like a person doesn't create anything, but they still want to tear other people down. Like, to me, that kind of human side of things is it's pretty wild. I'd say it's pretty wild. And it's something that to this day I still cannot fathom. How people, they don't make anything, yet they still have the guts to comment on something and hate something. I'm like, if they at least offered an alternative, made something, created something, I'd say fair enough. You've got a differing opinion to me, I can respect that. I still wouldn't go out of my way to hate them, but I think that it's also that right now there's a lot of racism in the world. There's a movement on Twitter a short while back called Stop Asian Hate. Outside of the K-pop fans, it never really gained any traction because people really don't think about how much people are hating on Asian people in this current day and age. But people are. They really are doing that day in, day out on the current basis, and it's shocking to me sometimes to see and feel that. Like, people just don't want an Asian man to do well. It's crazy. I'm not gonna let it be something where I say like, oh, that's the reason for any of my failures or my shortcomings, because it's not. That'd be an excuse. And I'm never one to make excuses for anything. All right, so I would never say that. But what I will say is that, to me, to an extent, it has opened my eyes and also shown me the kind of gap that I have to overcome, the kind of gap that I have to push myself toward to try and overcome these little things, So, as a person, I'm definitely 100% going to push myself to do that, You had to fight with some kid because he was kicking the shit out of an Asian person at school. That's crazy, man. I went to school in Australia myself, but back then, racism was not bad. You were like, there were a couple of Asian kids at school. We were known for being smart, but we weren't like bullied or anything, or heavily, disparaged, anything like that. It wasn't like that, but nowadays it's crazy how much actually people be hating. I mean, I'll give you guys an example of another story that happened to me, but first let me say, thank you for standing up for justice, Greens. That's wonderful. That's good of you to do, Greens. And Grain says, what kind of ticks me off is when big people, big streamers and whatnot is doing charity streams or donating, and they still get hated on. It depends, Grain. A lot of the big streamers that I've seen, right? Some of them do charity streams in a very twisted way, which I don't like, whereby they'll do a charity stream and that this streamer is making money because of the amount of subs, donations that they get on a regular basis. But instead of putting like some of their money toward the cause, they're asking their fan base to put money toward the cause. It's the same as in the past where they used to have a celebrity on a telethon or whatever, and they were like, the example that I always remember from my childhood is that the celebrity has 10 chocolate bars, you each have one chocolate bar, and they're asking you to give half your chocolate bar away when they have 10 chocolate bars. They should give away 5, then you give away half, and that's fair, you see. But a lot of streamers don't put their money where their mouth is, you see. They don't actually match the donations. They do the charity stream, and it's motivated for 2 reasons. Number 1, they want to get like more viewership, so they do a charity stream and make their viewers donate. And too many donated. There's supposed to be 1, not 2. I'm not sure what you mean, but sorry, you're gonna have to clarify what you mean. But regardless, the point that I was making. Okay. Okay, yep. The thing is, like I get what you're saying, and you know, it comes back to that same point whereby like the only reason for me personally that I dislike some streamers when they do the charity streams is because I find that number one, they're motivated by wanting to get more viewership for themselves. That's why they're not putting any of their money to the cause. You know, they're just asking the people that watch to donate. You know, it's a way of getting themselves known. And number two, you know, they're doing it for clout and to be fake. You see what I'm saying? The streamers that actually like put some of their own money to the cause and say, look, I'm putting this much up, I'll match whatever donates. Exactly. That kind of thing is different, and it's more potent. You see, I like that. That is okay. You know, so it depends on the type of person that is doing those kinds of charity streams, you know? So there's a lot of hate in the world, but like again, I try to spin it in a positive light, because every time these kind of things like happen to me, you know, I try to change my perspective on things and try to say like, okay, maybe you know what? Maybe today I need to do something different. I need to keep putting out content, because the more that the world stands against me, the more I need to put out the content, the more I need to see. I need to put my content out there and show it to the world. You know what I'm saying? So for me, right, the more I see this kind of thing, the more I say, okay, I'm gonna have to work even harder, you know? And I think that that's important. I'm not sure who ZHC is, but you know, tell me about him, Gray. In the meantime, though, what I'll say is, I hope y'all have enjoyed this moment of real talk. You know, I hope you all have enjoyed this morning session of motivation, because, again, speaking on the kind of matters so far that I've spoken on, right now the world is a pretty cold place, and there's a lot going wrong in the world. At times we don't think it's that chaotic, because sometimes in our own backyard it seems nice and calm and everything's all right, you know, and then you get a sudden wake-up call from things like this, and you realize that the world is not so much of a nice place anymore. That said, even when the world is not so much of a nice place, you know, you still have to work hard and do the best you can to overcome your circumstances, because nobody can overcome your circumstances for you. You have to do that. That's important. You have to do that. And only one who can do that is you. You know, so for every little bit and problem that happens your way, make sure that you genuinely sit down and tell yourself, okay, these things have happened. You know, the hate has happened. I can perpetuate it by sitting here and, you know, being angry about it, or I can get out there and keep doing my thing and being better. So, you know, that's, I think, the main message here that I want to bring to people. All right, you gotta be better. You gotta do better. Thanks for redeeming the push-ups. Don't worry, I'll do them after my talk show. Now, it has come to the end of this talk show, but what I'm gonna do, as I always do whenever we reach the end of Robot in the Morning, all right, I will do a little rap for you all. And I hope you guys will enjoy this, all right? This is my rap struggle, all right? It's up on my SoundCloud right now. For those of you on Twitch, you'll be able to see the SoundCloud link. All right, you can go there to support my music. Every track you play gets me paid. It is extremely helpful. And of course, later during the day, you guys on Twitch will get to hear my new single, Boxed In. So that one's coming out. But for now, I hope you guys will enjoy Struggle. This is another rap that I've done, so I hope you guys will enjoy it. Here we go. Make sure to support my music. Here it comes. Hey, yo. It's the Asian Robot. And you know, honestly, I've had a lot of struggles in my life, you know. See, I never really knew the direction I was going in, yeah. I always thought I knew better, but I don't. And it's crazy how much this life seems to change, you know. I think I'm at one place and then another. You know, I'm still crawling through the same shit in the gutter, you know. Hey, fuck it. Y'all feel this. This is how I strap to the struggles and the pain. Still red in the rain, bleed red with the stains of this life that I live. Boxed in by the strife, compressed to the mold as I dance on the knife. Think I'm free with my thoughts, but a puppet on stage. Yeah, I dance to your tune, but I struggle with the race. Self-harm is my case, pills of water I chase. Wonder if I wake up even see your face. And I'm honest with the pain that I burn through the night. Like a candle, yeah, I burn, but I'm dimmer in the light. Can't see all the pain unless I tat it on my face. But I'm already treated like my life is a waste. How you gonna tell me about a fix and the cure when you don't even try to understand anymore? Yeah, I see how it looks when I talk in your face. Those dead eyes not a lie, I'm a lost case. Feel me? How you gonna love me when this pain is too real? Cut scars on my heart, but I'm numb to the feel. Keep a pistol in my drawer, pray to God I don't draw. Pray to God that my mama won't cry anymore. Had my head in the books, but I'm shaped by the streets. Yeah, I snuck out every night, cause I could never sleep. Had eyes like the void that I carry in my tone. Even now I'm like a zombie and I feel so alone. But I act like I'm living just to live for my fam. Got a wife and a family that'll reach for my hand. So I smile as I live, even when I'm feeling wrong. Yeah, I struggle through the pain, but the struggle keeps me strong. How you gonna love me when this pain is too real? Got the scars on my heart and I'm numb to the feel. Keep a pistol in my drawer, pray to God I don't draw. Pray to God that my mama won't cry anymore. Hey yo, let's flip it a second, yeah? Despite my mind sitting in the swamp of disdain, yeah, I pick my soul out from this mirror of pain. And I look to the sky with the hope that it's dauntless. Small as it is, it's a spark that'll start this. Yeah, you can tell that my struggle is real. There is no fucking guilt in the things that I feel. Though I'm broke as the dirt in the months that'll come, I will do my best to chase every dream till I'm done. Every verse, every lyric, every song that I write, pull the pain into pieces that I pour out at night. Leave the envy in the pain, scroll the ink on the page, put the pain into words that I spit on the stage. So for those who are hearing, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. We all gotta fight with the demons in our mind, with the eyes to the summit of this life at its peak. I'ma walk right beside you, so keep moving those feet. But how you gonna love me when this pain is too real? Got the scars on my heart and I'm numb to the feel. Keep a pistol in my drawer, pray to God I don't draw. Pray to God that my mama won't cry anymore. It's a struggle, man. Alright, we hope you enjoyed that. That was Struggle, ladies and gents. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening to this on Anchor or Spotify, don't forget to follow me. And I'll see you next week for the next session of Robot in the Morning.